yeah, even, you know, as I'm getting older, I'm learning in life, you know, and it's quite good fun actually, you know, because I feel like I've learned a lot really, you know, for a 58-year-old, and I'm ambitious really, you know, to learn a lot more.
Yeah.
Next year, do you know what I mean? You know, so I know video editing now. What should I do now? Do you know what I mean? It's great. You know, I know cooking. I'm happy with what I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I might pick up a couple of things as I go through life, but I'm happy with what I know. You know, and I think you know, I mean, I know how to swim, okay, but I'm not the greatest swimmer in the world. You know, but I don't really enjoy swimming. You know, it's not something I'll go out and do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You know, I think we've all got different interests.
Interests. Yeah. Hobbies. Yeah.
You know, I can't ice skate. You know, that's another ability.
Yeah.
If you can skate or not, you know, do that. You know, it's something I don't really want to learn though. You know, you see, I think you know, to become a professional ice skater, I'm talking about like if you can dance with a partner, spinning around on the ice.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's something you learn. You know, you start as a child.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you're lucky enough to sort of like do every day and learn. You know, you've got parents that really sort of spend a lot of money, spend a fortune on you. You know, that's how these stars, I think, evolve basically.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you know you're going to ever become a good ice skater. You know, sort of like if you start learning when you're 25.
Yeah.
If you sort of mean.
Yeah. A lot. Well, I was going to say the same kind of applies to a lot of kind of like sports and that kind of thing too as well. You get a lot of people that generally, you know, they start from young. They're in, you know, like even with football, cricket, all these different basketball, these different sports. A lot of them start very young. You know what I mean? And they end up becoming very, you know, great as they get older and really become a superstar or whatever the case may be, because they've almost dedicated all their life to, up to that point to their, their chosen passion. You know?
I mean, I used to be very, very good at 100 metres.
Okay, yeah.
I was quite fast at it, you know, I was one of the quickest ones in my school anyway, you know, in my year,
yeah.
if you put it that way. You know, but I mean, I could have taken that up seriously, or I think I was pretty good at boxing, to be honest with you, you know, but I didn't really like it.
Okay.
You know, but I think we've all got different interests.
Oh, of course, yeah,
and
definitely.
I think there's a lot of different things we can do in this world, really, isn't there? You know what I mean, when you think about it, you know, a lot of different, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's just lots of different things you can do in this world. And I'm aiming really sort of in life, really. I don't want to become famous, I don't think, you know.
Yeah.
I'm aiming just to enjoy my life. Be happy every day, you know. You know, I think that's a bigger achievement, really, in life, you know, just sort of like find happiness. I think it's one of the biggest achievements, really, in life, you know, to find happiness. You know, find peace of mind, basically.
Yeah, well, definitely. Very important. Very, very important. Yeah. Solitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I'd say it's important, sort of like, as I said, you know, to keep yourself strong. Wake up in the morning and be, like you say, disciplined with yourself. So, right, I need something to eat, you know, do you know what I mean?
Remind yourself, talk to yourself. I think it's important, you know.
I think it's important, really, to keep yourself busy with things, you know, keep doing things in a kind of way, you know, do a job a day. You know, if you've got a home, that is, you know, there's always something to do in the home.
Yeah.
And just do a corner, you know, just do an hour every day if you can, you know, if you've got time, do you know what I mean? You know, and look at it as an exercise. I do, you know what I mean? I put a bit of music on and do a little bit of cleaning, whatever, you know, and then I'm, you know, just sort of like positive about, right, I've got to get this.
Yeah.
Today, you know, some milk, whatever, you know, I've run out of that.
Yeah, you know what you need to do.
Yeah, you know, so you know, and I feel like, because I keep on top of things like that, do you know what I mean, in my house or whatever, I got time to relax and do things that I enjoy.
Yeah, yeah, which is important.
Like video editing, which I love doing, do you know what I mean? I also love creating music.
I'm the same though, funny enough. Like even on my days off and I'm not working and shit, like I get up in the morning and everything that I want to do around the house or whatever, little errands I need to run, or whatever the case may be, I'll get all that shit out of the way in the morning. So come like afternoon, like, you know what I mean, like I can just kind of like just chill out and do, you know, what I want to do, and you know.
So I think your life's a little bit different to mine because you've got children to deal with and a wife, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes you know, it's like me, I got no one to tidy up.
Yeah.
Really, you know, no washing up, just my own.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and it's kind of like being single, I know where I'm at. You know, and I haven't got to do anything for anyone else.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you understand me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I understand what it's like to have family, you know, and it's a lovely achievement really, you know, sort of like, you know, being a father really. I you know, even that's a big achievement, you know.
Of course, yeah.
I think like being a father, sort of every year that goes by and your child's getting older, it gets a greater achievement every year that goes by.
Definitely, like
you know, it just
like,
gets greater and greater, if you see what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's it really, you know, like to me, my past has been not what I wanted. It's been a bit upsetting at times, but today I'm enjoying life.
Yeah.
And I forgot about all that in a kind of way and learned from it. You know, and it's time to party, enjoy life.
Of course.
Which
yeah.
I feel like I am doing now, do you know what I mean? More than I ever have done, in a kind of way, you know. I mean, when I was married, I did love it, you know, and it was beautiful, sort of like spending moments with my children sometimes, whatever, not all the time, you know, because sometimes they're having tantrums, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But most of the time it was beautiful, do you know what I mean? And I won't ever forget it, do you know what I mean? But I found it very difficult to be married.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just to, you know, anyway, I'm just enjoying life now more than I ever done in a kind of way, you know, because I don't think in life you've got to be, you know, you've got to fall in love and find true love to be happy. I don't think that's true, you know. I think you can be happy if you're happy being alone.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean. You know, I've had 2 families now, you know, and 3 children, you know, and I don't want to have another family, really, see what I mean? You know, I don't think that would be achievement, really, if I did that now.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I've achieved 3 children,
yeah,
and they're all adult now, do you know what I mean? And I feel like that's a great achievement, really, if you put 3 people in this life, you know, and they're independent now.
Oh, of course, yeah, yeah. Well, just like you said, just being able to have children and being able to give someone else the opportunity to have life, you know, and be able to look after them and you know, nurture them and just raise them, you know, and give them the best life possible, you know, so that when they do go out into the world, they've got their head on their shoulders and, you know, that they know they've got a good support system behind them, you know, they've got a loving, happy family home, you know, that where, you know, he's, you know, and you know, they've well looked after, you know, they've always, you know, never wanted for anything, always had clothes, always had food, always had, you know, but nice birthday presents, Christmas presents, and all those kind of things. Like, you know, I think the goal of any, well, I was going to say of most anyway, I can't say everyone, of course, you can't say everyone's the same, but I was going to say most good parents, you know, the goal of any good parent is you want to give them a better life than you had, you know. And you know, you want to try your best to ensure that they never have to deal with certain things that you might have had to deal with when you were younger or in your past. You know, you might not have had to take certain risks or live a certain type of life. Like my son Luke is growing up and living a completely total life to what I lived and grew up. You know what I mean? And of course that's normal, of course, but it's just sometimes when I think about it, it's just like so strange, like the fact that, you know, you can have such a different life, you know, if you see what I mean, like the things that I grew up experiencing and dealing with and doing certain things, like my son would never have to experience any of that. And to me that's a blessing, like the fact that I know that I've worked hard and got to a point where my kids, you know, got looked after, you know, my responsibilities are being taken care of, you know, in every way, you know. that's a blessing. You know, that's a big ambition of mine. You know, always. You know, you always as a man, like I think like something there's like an intrinsic kind of thing in you as a man, like that you just feel obligated as a provider. If you're like a real kind of like a man that kind of believes like being like you're the head of the house, kind of like you're the leader kind of thing. You always want to, you know, be a good provider. You know, that's top of it. You know, top of the things, top of the list kind of thing. You know, of things you want to be able to do. You know, for your family. You know.
You want to do your best.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, and I think like really got to try to sort of teach your children and teach them that they've got the ability to do things for themselves.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And learn things for themselves, you know.
Mm.
So I mean, when I was younger, I didn't like being told what to do. Who does?
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, or being put in a classroom and whatever. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, when you're an adult, you can see why.
Yeah.
You know, children need guidance. You
of
know,
course, yeah.
And they need, you know, eyes, you know, on them at all times in a kind of way. You know. It's part of life, I think. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
But there's nothing better, you know, than growing up, all right, and then being free of adults telling you what to do.
Yeah.
You know, having the freedom to have the ability to, and ambitions.
Yeah.
To have the freedom of ambitions of whatever you want in life, you know, or wherever you want to go. You know, you ain't got no parents telling you what to do, or no teachers anymore, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all great now, it's all good fun, it all can be. You know, and I think lots of people out there, they don't actually realise they've got so many abilities. Do you see what I mean? You know, even like seeing. You know, some people can't see, you know, that's a beautiful ability to have, having comfortable eyesight.
Of course, yeah.
You know, and I think people forget, you know, we're living in a money world, you know, so a lot of people think it's all about money, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, you could lose all your money, you know, all your money, but you've still got your eyesight.
Of course.
You don't, you know, you haven't lost that.
Mm.
You know, I think like, I'd rather like lose lots of money than my eyesight.
Oh, of course, yeah, any day.
You know.
Any day.
And your eyes are a miracle and an ability for you to use in a kind of way, you know. And for your own potential in a kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
And same with hearing as well, you know.
Yeah, being able to have all your senses and, you know.
Well, I love my ears, alright, and I tell you why, because I enjoy making music.
Yeah.
You know, if I didn't have no ears, I don't think I'd enjoy life whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, and I think what a beautiful, you know, like hearing.
Yeah.
What a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
And a kind of ability, because some people haven't got it, they've got a disability, they're deaf. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
You know, and like you've got two hands, some people got one hand. You know, and two hands, it gives you more ability to do things, I think, you know. And like, you know, if we had 3 hands or 4 hands, you know, that'd be even greater, I think. You know, you can do the washing up and
well, you do it
comb your hair at the same time.
You do it half the time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, you
all the time of everything would be cut in half. When you go and take a shower, you'd be in there for like 5 minutes instead of 10.
Yeah.
You know, you'd be.
You go to your wife, right, and you know, and she say, "You've done the washing up." She said, "Yeah," and she said, "Yeah, I've done it already."
Yeah.
You know, that was quick. You know, you've done it in a minute. Yeah. Because I've got 4 hands.
Yeah.
It'd be great during sex as well, wouldn't it? But no, I won't talk
Let's not go down that hornet's nest.
But it'd be good if we had 4 hands.
Yeah.
Many ways. I think, you know. Didn't want to say that.
Yeah.
He's stuck for words.
Yeah, left me speechless.
Yeah, it's good to have the ability to have legs. You know, that's you know, like some, you know, animals are born with 4 legs. You know, I think like birds, they got legs and hands because they use their legs as hands. You know, they go like that and eat their nuts and everything with their hands.
Yeah.
I was doing tears there. Laughing about Just poor hands. You know, but you know, even smell is an ability. Do you know what I mean? You know, so these are all very, very amazing gifts. I feel that people don't really appreciate enough. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's one thing. I wake up in the morning, I think, oh, good, I can see, and I'm still alive. Do you know what I mean? I'm not dead yet. You know. You know, you got to appreciate life. You know, and I think you got to enjoy it. You know, I know it's hard to somehow. You know, it is hard. You know, especially with things going up all the time. Don't help, does it? I think we've all got the ability to do. I think like we're all artists. Don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
You know,
in
like
different ways.
Musicians, we can be. Like I could go. I mean, if I really wanted to, yeah. No, I don't really want to, right? But I could sort of go and buy a trumpet and learn it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to.
But if you really wanted to, you could. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, like, but I don't. It's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
If you see what I mean.
Not
You know, it's not.
Not your passion.
I'd rather spend my time learning something that will help me in life, make my life better. I think. If you see what I mean. I don't think a trumpet's going to make my life better.
No.
It might do.
Well, it might do from a musical standpoint, maybe.
It might, you know, might get a show.
But yeah.
You know, yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, no.
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 You know, I think you've got to be careful about what you want to learn. You know, what you want to choose your abilities to, you know.
Well, I'm very much the same as you too, mate. I'm kind of like, what I'm interested in learning is things that help, that's going to, you know, I'm always trying to, I'm always in search of new information, you know, more wisdom, more knowledge, more, you know. I think, you know, the more educated you are, the better, you know, you've got a better chance of surviving in this world, you know.
Well, I feel in the last 10 years, being divorced as well, yeah, but since with the internet, alright, being single, I've learned more in 10 years with the help of the internet, alright, than I did before, ever, do you know what I mean? You know, I just know much more than I ever have done. You know, I think like a lot of people are learning from the internet today in a very powerful way, in a funny way, you know. I think we're learning things that we didn't know before, you know, before the internet, let's put it that way. You know, about the world.
Oh, of course, yeah.
And whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I think every day that goes by, like I said, like the internet's not that old. It's quite young, you know. TV, colour TV's been out like 60 years, I think.
Yeah, I think so, roughly, yeah.
Something like that, I don't know, you know, precisely.
Yeah, because we're, 2023, so, yeah, I would say that's about right.
A black and white TVs, I don't know, 100, 90, I don't know, do you know what I mean?
But yeah, maybe early 1900s, maybe.
Computer, you know, I think 40 years computer is. Right, but the internet, it's quite new. Like you're talking about.
Well, internet as we know it today.
Yeah.
Is new. This 5G, this, you know.
No, it's quite fast, and computers are quite fast today, aren't they? You know what I mean? They're the speed of the brain, almost, you know.
Yeah.
Very quick. Pretty amazing, really, you know. And I think it's put our world in a completely different dimension, you know. There's something different about it, you know. But it's quite new, the internet, you know, and I feel like it's like having a library in your house, you know, if you can get online, you know, if you can get on Google, it's like having a library on your fingertips, do you know what I mean? And I think it's bigger than a library. It's, you know, it's got everything on it. You know, you think about, I think the internet itself is a bit like a diary, you know, and it's like when the very first time it was, you know, born, people started writing it from, you know, whatever, and every day people have been putting information on it, and more people have been joining it slowly, until many computers are around the world today on it, if you sort of mean. And everyone every day is putting photographs on it. It's just getting bigger, do you know what I mean? And it saves all these all this information all the time, do you know what I mean? It doesn't delete it unless you know, well it does sometimes, you know, like, you know, YouTube might sort of put it down, whatever, or you could delete it. But all these things, once written in a kind of way, are there forever.
Oh yeah, true, yeah.
You know, and then you've got a vast, great, powerful internet there with so much information, and I feel that you can learn anything you want within minutes in a kind of way, you know.
Yeah.
You know, even if you want to look up a word that you don't know, I mean, you don't need books in your house home anymore. You know, you've got Google.
Of course, yeah.
You know,
information is like at your fingertips. You know, all you've got to do is type it. By the time you've typed it in and press enter, you're talking about 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds. By the time you've done that, you've got loads of answers and loads of information related to whatever you wanted to know.
Yeah, you know, but like even if you know, like you don't know the word, you know, then you learn about it. Then you know, within a few minutes, if you sort of with the help of the internet. You know, I think it's a very powerful machine. Let's put it that way. You know, and like I say, I'm a lot more intelligent. I feel since having the internet, because you know, I'm one of these people like you are. I'm aiming to get wiser in life. You know, I'm not the wisest person in the world. You know, like next year I'm going to be a bit wiser than I am today. Yeah. You know, and that's all there is to it. You know, so I don't think there's, you know, like the wisest person in the world, whatever. You know, like even when you're 99, you make mistakes. Do you know what I mean?
Of course. Yeah.
But you know, when you get that old, you know, especially if you've travelled a lot, and you've been ambitious, whatever, with your life, all the way, you know, sort of doing a lot of things. You've learned a lot by that age, you know, and you become very wise, you know, as a 99-year-old, you know. I think that's all wisdom is really, sort of time and experiences, really. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
You know, and I think like
and knowledge.
I'm aiming to get twice as wise next year than I am now, you know, but I don't think that's possible. But do you know what I mean? You know, I think like I'm just aiming to try to get even happier in life as well than I am. You know, I feel happy in life at the moment, but I don't feel like I'm happy with absolutely everything in life. You know, like for instance, I think many people feel the same.